Hello, welcome to Pastizzi 101. I'm your host, Malta Joe, owner of Malta Joe's Baked Goods in Tucson, Arizona, and producer of Traditional Maltese Pastizzi. What? You've never heard of Maltese Pastizzi? Pastizzi is the street food of the Island of Malta. What? You've never heard of the Island of Malta? The Island of Malta is located smack dab in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. Over the centuries, Malta's strategic location made it a prime spot for seafaring travelers to rest, hunt for food, and get fresh water. It was the home of the Knights of St. John, now the Knights of Malta, and in 1565, it was the location where the last battle of the Crusades was fought. Today, Malta is a thriving European country and a wonderful tourist destination, rich in history, architecture, culture, and yes, of course, food. It's here where the Pastizzi calls home. The Pastizzi dates back as far as 1500 and was enjoyed by the Knights of St. John as well as Napoleon Bonaparte. Today, the Pastizzi is a popular snack that the people of Malta take great pride in. It's part of their culture. The Pastizzi has a handmade phyllo dough, light and flaky, stuffed with savory and sometimes sweet fillings. The most common variety that you'll find on Malta is the Regatta cheese Pastizzi, as well as the mushy peas Pastizzi. We Maltese have a wonderful way with words, don't we? Here at Malta Joe's Baked Goods, we make a variety of Pastizzi flavors. Of course, we make the traditional cheese Pastizzi with the finest regatta and just a touch of salt and pepper. We also make the mushy cheese Pastizzi. Here at Malta Joe's, we call it split pea and curry. Because let's face it, I'd be hard pressed to get the name mushy peas as a product name past the FDA. It's made with split peas, onions, garlic, and savory spices. It was my grandmother's favorite. We also make the traditional talpazelli, or corned beef Pastizzi, filled with corned beef, sweet peas, onions, and garlic. It has a very savory back end that keeps you coming back for more. This was my father's favorite. Being that Malta Joe's Baked Goods is located in Tucson, Arizona, I created a Pastizzi with a little local flavor. I call it the Southwest Pastizzi. It is filled with bacon, peppers from Hatch, New Mexico, combined with our traditional regatta cheese filling. Delicious! But the savory menu doesn't stop there. The people of the Southwest know their food. We have come up with delicious flavors that bring the Maltese Pastizzi together with the flavors of Mexico. The savory beef birria Pastizzi, as well as the beef chorizo Pastizzi, with pinto beans and serrano peppers. We call this the pinchy bean Pastizzi. This Pastizzi single-handedly won the Best Bites contest at the 2023 Margarita Contest, beating out dishes from the top chefs in Tucson. They didn't know what hit them. With all these progressive varieties, I could see my Maltese cousins cringing by this point in the show. But my savory menu has one more surprise in it. I introduce to you the Malta Dog. It's an all-beef hot dog wrapped in our traditional Pastizzi crust. It's a huge hit with my American customers as they experience the new Pastizzi phenomenon. At Malta Joe's, we're always coming up with new varieties, so keep an eye on us. After the break, we're going to dive into the sweet manizzi. What? You've never heard of the mini Pastizzi? The manizzi? Stay tuned, and after the break, I'll tell you all about it. Welcome back to Malta Joe's Baked Goods Pastizzi 101. I am your host, Malta Joe, an ambassador to the world of the Maltese Pastizzi. We already discussed how delicious the many varieties of Maltese savory pastry the Pastizzi is. But what some of you might not know, we make a line of sweet mini Pastizzi. We call them the manizzi. Manizzi are small appetizer-sized Pastizzi and come in a variety of flavors. The first one that I would like to introduce is the sweet regatta manizzi. Encrusted within our traditional phyllo dough is a sweet, creamy regatta filling. This is my sister Pauline's favorite. I remember on cold, snowy days, she would bake up a batch of sweet manizzi and put them out for all to enjoy. Nobody was going hungry on those snowy days. Next, we have our hazelnut chocolate manizzi, filled with hazelnut chocolate and our sweet, creamy regatta cheese filling. My cousin Charlie would devour a dozen of these delightful little treats in one sitting. Simply a delight. Coming up next, is one of my mother's favorites, the blueberry cheesecake Pastizzi. It's filled with blueberry compote and our sweet creamy ricotta cheese. It pairs very nicely with a coffee or a nice Cabernet. That's how my mother liked it. Bringing Malta Joe's Baked Goods' tantalizing menu to a close, I present to you our latest creation. Ladies and gentlemen, Malta Joe's Baked Goods and the Tucson Pastizzi factory are proud to present this year's newest menu item, the chocolate-covered blueberry cheesecake Pastizzi. This Pastizzi is the Muhammad Ali of my Pastizzi line. It's the blueberry cheesecake Pastizzi, dipped into luxurious chocolate. Need I say more? Well, that wraps up Pastizzi 101 here at the Tucson Pastizzi factory. I hope that you enjoyed learning about Malta and the traditional Maltese Pastizzi. Look for Malta Joe's original traditional Maltese Pastizzi in your favorite stores, hotels, restaurants, and resorts, as the Pastizzi phenomenon spreads all across the USA. Good night.